All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3.
Hello, Korean. Oh, I thought. Damn it.
No, it's paused for dramatic effect. It's, of course, the Halo Koreans, as James points out. So let me turn the sounds back on. Bit of a distraction cancel to start off this match. Spotting the bottom left corner of the map from... Oh, how did you say it? Sorry? The proper way? His team?
Why?
YE Spider. My apologies. YE Spider. It's the red Zerg check.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. On the opposite side, 1 o'clock position, playing for Liquid, it's HerO. Do I sound a little more enthusiastic today?
I like that you sound like you're actually paying attention today. That's pretty cool.
I've been practicing.
Good job.
Practicing? What were you practicing?
Yeah. Sound a little more hypey.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
In the introductions.
You know what you need to do? No, like you're going the wrong way, James. You just gotta go full like stereotypical Korean. Just like
we already
really
went over that though.
Asian.
We already went over that.
No, I'm not talking about like speaking Korean. I'm just like go for the stereotype everyone perceives.
That they're very excited?
No, just like
in the name calls, they're not very excited.
I don't excited. Like, wait, what do you mean then?
Like just like the Street Fighter voice and everything, you know? Like,
so yes,
HerO.
So do the Street Fighter voice is what you're saying? Because the Korean casters actually aren't that hype.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Not when they do name calls. Oh, okay.
You gotta be more specific when you say do it like a Korean.
Yeah.
Well, James can certainly do it like a Korean. I'm just saying. He is after all. But okay, so this game actually underway. We do have the Forge opening here on a HerO. I don't think Check's going to dedicate too much. We see a couple links coming out. This is for scouting purposes because he knows he's not going to get that same luck he did in Game 1. It's not going to be depowering the cannon, and he's certainly not going to run past this wall anytime soon. HerO last game, a lot of cool things happened, and I really liked his decision making. It was a bit weird to see Check invest into Mutalisk after seeing like a Stargate was already in play. You actually don't see that too often, but I was really expecting that game to go like Mutalisk Corruptor rather than Hydralisk as the transition.
Yeah. Hydralisk was certainly an interesting one because usually, yeah, we see Muta Corruptor and then like Infestors, for instance, or we're always asking for Infestors. And I was like, well, maybe if he gets like 20 Hydras and gets like a good fungal, he goes back into Mutalisk Corruptor, but instead he just died, so that was the end of that.
Okay, he gets a couple shots off, picks off that link, first blood and all that, but HerO's got a really safe opening, and it's funny to look at this because this was like the only opening for what was like 3 years of StarCraft, right? But nowadays it's actually really rare to see the Forge expand. I feel so many times it's the gateway opener, the faster mothership core, all these other wonderful things, and we even have some people go as far as to really invest in those heavier pokes, not just Zealot Stalker mothership core, but 2 Stalkers or more. Littlebu's a pretty good example of seeing how different Protoss has become with the very different strategies available to them. But for HerO's sake, you know, we talked last game, do you think it's going to be that all-in or the third base? But that aside, like as James said, he doesn't play too flashy, he doesn't play too crazy, he plays pretty standard. So I almost feel like in a way it almost makes him predictable. Standard? But
didn't he say the opposite?
Yeah.
He said he played very flamboyantly.
I think
like he's got his own little styles, like the odd timing of added start gates.
No, like his play is flamboyant. His personality is not.
Okay, sorry. Well, my point of this was still being that like we did see that third base. We saw the macro was the emphasis of this whole story, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case again. We do have +1 weapons coming up, but we're not seeing any chrono boost go down, so I'm really not smelling any sort of big gateway all in. And there's the robo on top of it, so.
What's it smell like?
Well, okay, look, the reason I'm bringing this up because you guys are the most wonderful, most complimentary co-casters. This is Overgrowth. 3 force fields, this base dies, there we go, I'm done. You two can cast the rest of the game.
Oh, just, you know, I mean, it's like
strawberries? Okay.
Strawberries or what? That could be the case. Actually, Check, I guess he's expecting some type of poke, so he's getting roaches. Actually, I mean, maybe he will attack with this if the poke doesn't come, but he's cutting at 31 drones to do this. Okay, this is actually, no, this is more than just a few, like, well, you might come with me like Stalker. This is actually going to push towards the natural.
Yeah, the Zerglings being added into this can be a lot of fluff, but... Okay, fuck you, I'm done.
Maybe a thought was that HerO went for Stargate first built in first 2 maps, and maybe that's why he
true.
built a lot of roaches to poke and attack. And lings too, hiding the lings.
Yeah, that is a good point. It's gonna be a fast third, and that'll definitely be canceled unless he focuses entirely on the
Now you'll
natural.
see all the roaches.
Yeah, panic. Yeah.
Picnic, picnic.
An immortal is immediately started as opposed to like I guess like maybe one of the observer. He actually has one, which is good because there is a slight possibility
he's
the
gonna catch
burrows
everything
along
off
with
guard.
this. He's throwing on cannons. If you can buy enough time for the cannons, and he has a militia report cannon, yeah, he does. I think he'll hold. I mean, let's couple lings in through. That immortal is going to be so helpful as long as it target those lings.
The sarcasm is real.
What? It's true. Somebody see I just targeted the lings on accident. But that was a. I mean, that was.
I don't think Immortal has any priority attack sequences. Which kind of
Well, I guess it's by accident by HerO because he should be targeting the roaches, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter actually. In fact, HerO might be well off just like canceling the whatever can. Okay, that's what he does. He cancels the last cannon that comes up, so he still has 3. And believe it or not, that's not that bad because later on, it's actually gonna be super helpful when the multi-pronged attacks happen. Looks like he had to cancel the Nexus to get those cannons in the first place, so has to restart it. And
3 sentries.
this will be harder to hold for sure. I think he's gonna have to cancel again.
Oh, the sentries! No!
It's 3. Yeah, all 3 go down. All 3 of the ones that were warped in, and a Nexus cancel had to go down too.
So 2 Nexus cancels. Was this investment worth it from Czech?
You know, at this point, it's kind of is it like a fake? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, okay. But he can pressure with the gateways that he was getting in anticipation of having a third. So he has this Warp Prism go across the map. He's getting +2 in Blink, and
Are there 2 Immortals in the Warp Prism?
yep.
Okay.
Target down.
Our lovely observer is not showing us the Warp Prism.
He did.
Just saying.
I'm just, you know. He did.
Okay.
There was also a little bit of harassment on the third, just with the proxy pylon and the zealots.
Maybe I'm on the wrong camera.
I think you are. Okay then. A little bit oddly timed for HerO because you think like you drew all the units to the third with your zealots. Why drop there too? But oh well. Oh,
What camera am I supposed to be on? Is it 3, 4, or 5?
it's different for each person, so I can't tell you.
Oh.
But it should. Oh, do you not have
Such
the
a
bar
thing.
up? You don't have the bar. Up?
No.
Okay.
No, I put the
Hit Control Shift
the game
O.
part one. Control Shift O. Oh.
There you go, buddy. Now you
Thanks
can watch
for
the correct camera.
Yeah. You go back to being silent now.
Frustration is real. Oh. Well, he's just beginning to think about roaches after droning up a little bit. So again, this third might have to be killed. Like he's gonna let it finish. The cannon. All right, that was enough roaches. There's some coming in from the backside though. Good force fields do anticipate that. And like I said, like those cannons at the natural are really helpful in these type of situations.
I don't know about burning out all the force fields though. It costs to get like five roaches because there's a lot more roaches streaming across the map.
Yeah, maybe not. Those 2 cannons helping out, a couple of 1 or 2 force fields, yeah, and he has to back off in the natural. I mean, usually the fort is almost free if you have them on the ropes on their third in this situation.
See, now he's run out of force fields to actually block it off.
Yeah, 1 more would have saved a lot of units, but oh, the Warp Prism micro!
Oh,
Yeah, famous off of this, yo.
oh, Haipu.
Yeah, you go full Korean. That's when I get really excited.
What would they do?
I don't know, they'd yell.
Fullmerta! Fullmerta!
What's that mean?
That means immortal.
Oh, okay.
They just scream out most important unit in that engagement. They just constantly keep saying over and over again.
Yeah, I get that when they're like Revu, but...
Should we try that?
Revu.
Would you be annoyed if we did?
Maybe Rifkin would.
Yokjan! Yokjan's force field, by the way.
Okay, so all jokes aside, HerO's doing a really nice job defending. This is really important because Czech is putting a lot of attack into really terrible units, and he has no backup plan. The War Prism gets to the main too, and I guess the backup plan was Hydras, but he can't afford it now, so he had like nothing but Lings coming out. And no fourth base, by the way. Like this is kind of, I mean, it's hesitant to call it an all-in, right? But it almost was. HerO still has a very big army and a good economy, and Czech doesn't.
Oh, aw, misses to cancel the entry.
What?
Oh? What was that?
It's gonna check for the drone coming back, I suppose. Whatever. Colossus are also on the way. Remember, he did scout the Hydralisk Den, so he knows that maybe hanging around with no AoE isn't the best idea. It's probably doable with Blink Stalkers, but...
That's why Extended Thermal Lances started, and Colossus, the first Colossus is about to pop out now.
Right, exactly. HerO's gotta know he's in a good position after scouting the lack of a fourth base. You know, the gold was killed, he has eyes on the other fourth in the bottom right. He knows he's in a good position to holding all that off.
Personally, I feel like Czech is in a bad position, yes, but not in like a very game-ending position.
Yeah, I would agree.
It was there's a difference between all-in and what's the good word? What's the word they use in English for bong? In Korean, what that means is there's an all-in, and then there are scenarios where you just pump out more units than you would normally do. So, for instance, Axiom's Heart is known for his style. Like, he doesn't do all-ins, he just makes a lot more units in exchange of upgrades and things like that. And it felt like that was Czech's point, because he was on 3 bases, he had 63 drones, he had it up pretty early. In the meanwhile, he was pumping up roaches. So, it was a less of an all-in, but more of aggro, like high aggro.
Yeah, I guess high aggression is the best way to put it. We don't have a word. We should have a word though. Yeah, that will explain so many situations where, like, you know, because you can't call an all-in, you can't even mention the word, or people get really upset. They're like, no, he's on 3-4 bases, but it's definitely dedicated and should have done damage. And as you see here, here's where things start to fall apart. So while he has an okay army supply, the tech wasn't there. Where it is there for HerO, and he's already going up to Storm, so had he gone up to High, for instance, you know, High Templars already be there to counter the Vipers.
Well, now we see the Infestor Pit going down.
Yeah, I think this is for High.
And Spire.
Yeah, that's what's, like, I don't know what he has 2 choices, I guess, he can make. Hive, Swarm Hosts, or Corruptor. I doubt it's going to be Mutas.
I don't know, maybe if things turn south, maybe Czech might be thinking of trying to go for a base trade, but that would only work if he had a lot of gas saved. But without the 4th, I guess that's probably not any likelihood of where Czech's going with the Spire.
No, HerO, I mean, he's obviously does not want to push out with this army. Like, one good concave, and it doesn't matter if you don't have Vipers and Corruptors. The Roach Hydra army is big enough when it's maxed out to take it on. Oh, just barely gets that force field. Oh my god. Well, that's a little bit what I was talking about. There are force fields available, and it's not the biggest concave for Roach Hydra, and he doesn't have any anti-air, so yeah, this is going to go poorly for Czech.
I mean, engagement could have been worse, but...
Yeah, there you go. I mean, the supply at the end was really what told the story. 88 to 147. Yeah, Czech just did not...